Hello everyone. So this is just going to be a quick little video about your mental health and I suppose the fallout of the murder of George Floyd and I suppose what you can do to mind your mental health in the meantime. So I'm not an expert in this field. I was just asked to talk about it, and I'm really honoured that Rory asked me, and I just think it's such an honour. I do have a couple of tips and tricks that might work for you that have worked for me in the past couple of days. So without further ado, we get into it. So the first thing that I would say, if it's so easy for things to build up into your mind. It's so easy for example, disturbing images to stick with your head. If, for example, you may have clicked on a video that you may not have been the best for your head, and you find it disturbing, or you find it triggering, or for whatever reason, distressing is the word I was looking for. And I think with that, what's normally helped me is, I know it's so cliche, but it's so helpful, is talking about it and verbalizing that instead of letting it build up into your head. It's a way of being mindful, actually, is to talk about it openly and actively with other people, and kind of expressing your worries and concerns about what you've seen, what you've witnessed, what you have observed, that kind of thing. So do talk about it with someone that you trust, and maybe they'll share the same concerns as you do. And it tends to, after a bit of talking, the conversation does tend to veer off into another direction. So you tend to just it tends to go away after a little while, after talking it down and breaking it down. And so I would say to talk about anything that you find particularly distressing to you. So the next tip is, and this one comes with a word of caution, because I'm also one that, I would be a big advocate for making people somewhat semi-uncomfortable with racism, because, especially white people, because it is important to get uncomfortable to a certain extent, I'm saying, because with that level of discomfort comes the will to change. So what I would say is that you can pick moments to tune out, but please don't do it as a kind of a free pass for yourself. So you can electively say, look, I'm going to dedicate some time to activism, and then look, I'm just gonna mute a couple of words on Twitter for a little while and just de-stress and take it bit by bit, day by day, step by step. And that might help you, but with that comes a level of privilege. So I would ask that if you are doing that, especially if you're a white person, that you acknowledge your privilege that comes with tuning out, because that is what has to be done. And people do not have the option to tune out sometimes. So you're lucky in that you were able to do so. But I would say do it. Absolutely, because you do have to mind yourself and stay safe out there. If there's anything we have learned from the death of George Floyd, it's that life is so valuable and precious that it's worth preserving and taking care of yourself. So it's, I think minding yourself is very important, obviously, as well as the discomfort that you feel with racism. So finding the right balance and walking the middle path is extremely important, and I'd ask that you remember that. So those are two handy little tips that have helped me in the past couple of days. Talking to someone, reaching out, getting help where you need it, and don't be afraid to voice that something is distressing to you, because the thing is, it's meant to be distressing, unfortunately, but it can get on top of people, and I understand that. So don't be afraid to voice that you're distressed with anything. And I'm sure your friends' DMs and your family's DMs are always open to you, so please avail of that. Don't go this alone. It's important that we have these conversations, and if there's one thing we have learned, it's that dialogue is crucial to the progression of this movement anyway. So keep an open mind, keep going day by day, keep trudging on. Not alone though. Keep talking it out, and together we'll get through all of this together. So I said together twice, I'm sorry. So yes, hopefully those work for you. So thank you so much again to Rory and the Mental Health Lock for letting me speak on this topic, and I really wish you all the very best, and I hope you're staying safe in this current political and health crisis climate. So with that, I bid you adieu. Slán.